Out with the old and in with the older? The chase is back, and I'm going to be reacting to every single thing that NASCAR talked about in yesterday's announcement.
Like the phoenix, I have risen from the ashes.
Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's go over some of the key details that you need to know about regarding this year's chase. There will be 16 drivers. They will compete over 10 races. The driver with the most points at the end of those 10 races will be crowned the champion. Seeding for this chase will go as follows. Whoever finishes first in points at the end of race 26 of the season will start this year's chase with 2,100 points. Second will receive 2,075. Third place, 2,065, so on and so forth. Until 16th will begin this year's chase with 2,000 points, which will make them nearly 2 races behind first place, considering the fact a win now pays out 55 points, as opposed to the previous format's 40 points. Now, you can still gain a ton of points by winning stages, but winning races means everything this year. NASCAR held this press conference with drivers Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, and Chase Briscoe in attendance, as well as retired drivers Mark Martin and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Steve O'Donnell, the president of the company, was also in attendance. Mark Martin spoke to the media and said that we don't need to necessarily worry about the cut line as much as we need to worry about promoting our heroes who are winning each and every single week. In regards to this new format, Chase Elliott talked about the old chase and said we didn't enjoy what we had when we had it, and mentioned Jimmy Johnson's 5 straight championships, as well as the Carl Edwards versus Tony Stewart battle in 2011. When Ryan Blaney spoke to the media, he thought that this might clean up some of the over-aggressive racing that we've seen in the last couple of years, as winning doesn't automatically lock you into the playoffs, so you're more likely to take it a little bit easier than if it was an automatic berth. Chase Briscoe didn't have much to add outside of he thinks that every aspect of the sport is going to matter. Wins, top 10s, DNFs, every stat is going to matter in who wins this title. Overall, the theme of this announcement seemed to be tackling 2 issues. Number 1, making the format as simple as possible to explain to the casual racing fan, as well as giving drivers the opportunity to earn a championship while still adding a little bit of spice and chaos at the end of the season. I haven't seen anyone else mention this, and this just might be a me thing, but this may be the most honest press conference NASCAR has ever had in my now going on 20 years as a fan. For starters, Steve O'Donnell mentioned that this format isn't going to fix everything NASCAR is struggling with. He said that more needs to be done, but that this is a step in the right direction. He did also kind of call out the folks on social media saying that they weren't the only fans that NASCAR was listening to, and that there were fans off of social media who actually liked the playoffs. I, for one, didn't mind the old format. I mean, did I have my gripes with it? Absolutely. But who didn't? I personally chose to accept the new format, and I accept this chase format as well. When asked about bringing old fans back into the sport, Mark Martin said that this format probably wouldn't bring everyone back, but that this was the best compromise. He also kind of teased that this is the stepping stones to getting back to a 36 race points format, basically used the quote, never say never. I kind of mentioned this just a moment ago, that I accepted the old format and I accept this new format. Between the two, I love this new format. I grew up with the chase. I saw Jimmy Johnson win 5 straight championships. Now, granted, I was a Jimmy Johnson fan, so it didn't bother me that much that he was winning so much. But I get that other people didn't like it. But comparing this chase to the old chase, there are some modern elements that I think really do help. Number 1, the stage points. Not so much the stage cautions. I don't think there's anyone who's a real big fan of that. We just haven't found a good reason to get rid of them yet. And also 16 drivers. I think at this point you can't remove people from the playoffs. You just expand the playoffs, and so I think they're stuck at 16 unless you're going to get rid of playoffs altogether. I think this format also allows for traditions to come back. I look first off, the 4th of July weekend. I know a lot of people want to be back at Daytona, and now that there isn't a win and a playoff spot on the line necessarily, I think there's a real good chance that the 4th of July race at Daytona comes back in the next couple of years, and who knows, maybe we move Richmond back to the cutoff race. I am, though, a little bit worried about how this format is going to be received if, say, I don't know, a driver wins another 5 straight titles. I mean, there are a couple of drivers who could start dynasties in this format. I mean, heck, Kyle Larson, right here. He could go on a run. Ryan Blaney could do it. Chase Elliott could do it if he's getting back to the Chase Elliott of old. Someone else could rise up from the O'Reilly Auto Parts series and start a run when they get to the Cup Series. I hope that fans are willing to give this format time to cook. I think we have to let this format cook until the end of the current TV deal. We can't hate this format because something that we as the fan base didn't want to happen happened, like dominance. Like someone coming in and winning it being 40 points back, which is possible. You can win the championship and be 40 points back going into the final race of the year. It's a long shot, but it can still happen. I'll wrap up with this. I think this press conference happened at the best time for the sport. They were very honest about things. They didn't sugarcoat and say that this was going to be the thing that fixes NASCAR. They also made it sound like they wanted to go to a full season, but contracts with teams and sponsors within the sport made that virtually impossible. So I think that this is going to be a short-term thing, and possibly once teams gets their contracts restructured, maybe we see the 36 race format in the 2030s. Who knows? But now I want to hear what you think. Let me know what you think about the chase being back in NASCAR. While you're at it, make sure you like this video and subscribe for more racing content. Until next time, I'm Morgan Weeb. Have a good day, everyone.